Today we have two very important games that could define our season. Hello and welcome to episode 10 of Gunning for the Top. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have games against Liverpool in the Premier League and the Europa Cup, or Europa League should I say, semi-final second leg against Tottenham, and that is away from home. This is today's game, Liverpool versus Arsenal, and as you'll see from the table here, we are currently fourth with 70 points, having played 32 games, and above us Manchester United having played 33 games on 72 points, Chelsea 34 games and 77 points, and Liverpool 33 games and 79 points. So we have one game in hand over Manchester United, which means if we can win that game we will go in front of them. We have two games over Chelsea, but if we win both those games we will still only stay right behind them. And Liverpool, well, that's a different matter altogether. Having said that, it is a 6-pointer today, so that if we can close that gap to 6 points, and we are still one game in hand, that means if we can win the game in hand we are only 3 points behind them. So it is an interesting day from that point of view. Let's have a look at what's been going on since you were last with us. The last time you were with us, we had Benfica in the Europa League quarter-final second leg, a 2-1 win, and then a 2-0 win in the FA Cup semi-final against Brighton. Since then we have won 4-1 against Everton in the Premier League, a 0-0 draw with Leicester in the Premier League, and I think that was all coming out of tiredness with the run of games that we'd had, so we dropped points there. A 4-2 win against Tottenham in the Europa League semi-final first leg, more about that in a moment, and then a 5-2 win against Burnley in the Premier League, keeping our hopes alive, if nothing else, of a Champions League spot. So yes, the Europa League, we will come to that in a short while, but that's after our first game of the episode. And here we are for the game against Liverpool, and the team that we have selected for this game. Leno in goal, Tierney, David Luiz, Chambers, Maitland-Niles in defence, Cabellos and Partey in centre of midfield, Bangerman, Nelson and Pepe in front of them, and Lacazette heads the attack. Runson, Kolasinac, Saka, Nikita, Mari, Cottrell and Edouard are on the bench, remembering that we have a game against Tottenham in just 2 days time. The fixture list is just ridiculous. If you saw the last episode you'll understand why. We will have another look at it in between games. So that's the team that we're putting forward for this one. Quite sure what happened there, didn't click through. As you'll see, mass changes, but that is the nature of the run that we're on with the games, of course. And there is the team that we're facing. Massive game, this one, as far as the league is concerned anyway. Right, pump fists. Go out there and take your revenge. I think that's the one we're going to do. And we have a tunnel interview. Recent good form, fourth in Premier League form table. How much of a threat do they pose? I think they're a good team, but so are everyone that we face in this competition. How do you intend to seize the initiative against an opponent who, like Arsenal, prefer to dominate possession? Who knows? That's the beauty of football, isn't it? And here we are at Anfield. And highlight starts from the start, which is a bit of a worry. Unless we can get this ball back. Nearly. Gonna have another go at it. Maitland-Niles wins the defensive header. Pepe on the ball to Thomas. Thomas to Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles now looking for a way out. Couldn't find it. Chambers to Pepe. Back to Chambers. Chambers to Thomas. And we're keeping it too tight. And we've given them a way in. And they've scored. Which is why the highlight was. Quite sure what happened there. It was a really weird. It looked like Leno was going to save it. And then... yeah, too close, and Orgy, I think he just chipped it very casually. Didn't try and hit it hard. I think if he did hit it hard, Leno would have saved that. So goal down to start off with. And we'll try and sort that out in a minute. Nelson with the corner, but goalkeeper Becker is equal to it. Chambers with a headed defensive header. Pepe now on the ball. Pepe looking for a bang but does no more than gives it away, and we can afford not to do that. Cabellos to Tierney. Tierney inside to Nelson. Nelson now has got round his marker, but Henderson, good defensive tackle, and inside again. Leno this time equal to it, and so we get a corner. Incoming corner, and Leno, thankfully, good pair of hands on that one. We're going to see the highlight now of how that came about. Orgy bringing it down, and thankfully Leno was wise to it. A lot of tactical suggestions coming from the bench today. Right, we were going to sort this out, weren't we? We've got match stats in there twice. We want the league table. There we go. We can see what's going on here. They have a throw in on the near side. Gomez. And Gomez again finding Kite. And he's going to cut inside. And Leno makes the save. Have a corner now. And they have their second. Virgil van Dijk, the scorer, and we're 2 goals down inside the first half an hour, which isn't good. Just looking for the little icon here, and I think we need to fire up the team if we can. Might be too late now though. And as you'll see from the XG, we've not even got out of the starting blocks as far as that's concerned. They've had 10 shots, 6 of which on target against our 3 and 2. Albeit we are holding that bit of possession, and I would say that it's the possession that means that that scoreline isn't bigger than what it is. Right. I think this is a point finger. Show them what you're about in the second half. Indeed, that's what we need to do. Ball over the top by David Luiz to Lacazette, and an opportunity goes begging to get one back. One back straight after half time would have been excellent. Pepe with a curving corner, goes straight out, misses everybody, and we're going to get a replay of that over the top ball from David Luiz. And Lacazette, oh, in fact, I think he got a deflection off of the defender. If you'll see it again, it is a deflection that, interestingly, where we've set this screen up till now, it keeps disappearing every time it goes into thing, and we've had a hot fix before we set the game up today, and that appears to be staying. So I'm hopeful that they've actually done a fix to that now, which is rather excellent. Maitland-Niles with the throw-in on the far side to Nelson. Back to Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles to Thomas. Thomas now to Cabellos. Cabellos comes forward with the ball, but is tackled by Henderson. Jordan Henderson having a good game. Cut out by Chambers, thankfully. Goes out to wide to a Bangamang. Bangamang now looking to get a cross in. Cross in here, and he's tackled. No penalty given. And they are on the counter-attack. Origi is in again, but Leno is equal to it this time. Tierney with the ball in defence. And they are definitely devastating on the counter-attack. Thankfully, Leno equal to it. Keeping us in this game. Go a third goal down. That's the end of the game for us, I think. But we need to get one back fairly soon if we're going to get back into this at all. And they've kept the ball in. And comes back. Firmino is tackled by Cabellos, but doesn't really win the ball. And they've cut inside. Leno's made the dive, but the defender got there before him. And Bangamang now trying to break. Lacazette back to a Bangamang. Bangamang still got the ball. Right, needs to get the cross in this time. And he's tackled by Henderson, as I say, who is having a fantastic game. We do have that throw in on that far side. I'll let this highlight go, and we'll probably make a couple of changes. It's headed out. Very poor throw, not really going to anybody, and they have the counter again. Firmino inside, but Tierney's equal to it, gets rid of the ball. Henderson now on the ball, back to Fabinho, and Firmino kite, and yep, there's the third, and as I said, game over. Blocked on the first shot, comes out wide again, and Leno blocks it, but only as far as the incoming striker. Question of offside here, and there were definitely offside. Where's VR? Where's the VAR? Definitely offside. Right. I think it's time to crank this up and see if we can get something from this. Right, we're not going to do shouts. We're on balanced, and I thought we were on. Let's go positive. And right, Maitland-Niles is tired. We've got lots of tired people here. Let's do the substitutions. A Bangamang. Saka coming on for a Bangamang. Pepe's not had a good game at all. Edouard on for him. And Kieran Tierney. I'll bring Kolasinac on for him. And that's our three changes made. Everybody else is going to have to make do. Chambers to David Luiz to Thomas. Thomas to Nelson. Nelson to Edouard. Edouard back to Nelson, to Thomas, to Edouard. Edouard has an overlap. Why he didn't use it, I don't know. Cross tried to come in, but Maitland-Niles does actually now get a chance. Back to Edouard. Back to Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles with a cross and headed out by our player by the looks of it. But it does say Virgil van Dijk actually made the header clearance. And they've put in number 4. Not at the races here at all. And well and truly beaten. Right. I think we're still getting the highlight of the goal behind the scenes here. Let's cancel that a minute. And if I go down in this corner and bring up, right, Chambers, we need to tell to calm down. And what we're also going to do, I think, is we're going to switch these two. Can we switch them around on this screen? I don't think we can. I need to switch them around on this screen. Lacazette and Edouard. Do that. Confirm changes. Close that down. And Thomas has picked up a knock. Can't make any more substitutes, so I thought that was the case. So not the ideal, but a lovely ball across to Saka. Kolasinac inside to David Luiz, to Nelson. Back to David Luiz, to Kolasinac. Exchanging passes here. And Cabellos looking for Edouard, but it's a little bit hard. And they're in again. And on this occasion he misses. As the defence backpedal. And that's the game over. A 4-0 loss. And yeah, it would have been nice to win, but I think they were just really streets ahead of us there. How disappointing is it to fail to take full advantage of your game in hand by not winning here at the crucial late stage of the campaign? But it wasn't to be, and we have to bounce back well in order to finish as strong as we possibly can. I think that's the right answer. Neil suffered humiliating heavy defeat to Liverpool, and supporters are far from happy. What's your reaction to the result? I mean, realistically, it is to do with the amount of games that we've played. Yeah, we're not going to discuss it any further. It is what it is, but we have one game in hand over Chelsea and Liverpool, but we have lost that game in hand over Manchester United. So that now puts us in a little bit of a dodgy position here, as far as we've got to watch Manchester City behind us. We have a game in hand over them, so provided we can win that game in hand, then we will be 8 points clear of Manchester City, and that's the minimum we want is fourth for a Champions League spot, and I think that's the best we can aspire to now as it currently stands. Brighton winning the other game today against Wolves. Right. Party is injured, but only for a day. That's okay. Yeah, we were talking about the schedule as it goes on the running. As you'll see, Sunday, Monday off, Tuesday, and that's why we were struggling in today's game, I think. Let's hope that doesn't impact us too much going into the next game, because the next game is against Tottenham in the same thing. Then we have a day off and we have a game against Crystal Palace. Then we have 2 days off and a game on Tuesday with a day off, and we play Liverpool again. That doesn't bode well, does it? With a day off in between. And then we've got 2 days off and an FA Cup final. And then we've got 3 days off and against West Brom. And then a few days off and a game against Wolves. Eesh. And I think that is what's really caning us at the moment. That's what's causing us the huge problem we have. Anyway, let's move on into our second game of the episode, which is the second leg of the Europa League semi-final. And here we are with the team that we put forward for today's game against Tottenham, the second round or second leg of the Europa League semi-final. Leno in goal, Kozenak, Gabriel, Holding and Bellerin in defence, Ceballos and Elney in midfield, with Saka, Willen and Edouard in front of them, and Nikita up front. As you'll see, wholesale changes again since the Liverpool game, and that's really what we've got to do, is squad rotation based on the fact that obviously we got games coming thick and fast, as I've just shown you. Runnison, Tierney, Nelson, Aubameyang, Mari, Partey, Lacazette, David Luiz, Kirjan, McAnuff and Chambers are on the bench, as well as Pepe. So we have a selection of players to put forward for this game. Right, just realised that's causing us a problem. Take 2. Right, hang on a minute. In game. Transition. And here's the team that we've put forward for today's game. Leno in goal, Kozenak, Gabriel, Holding and Bellerin in defence, Ceballos and Elney in front of them in midfield, Saka, Willen, Edouard in front of those, and Nikita heads the attack. And then on the bench we have Runnison, Tierney, Nelson, Aubameyang, Mari, Partey, Lacazette, David Luiz, Kirjan, McAnuff, Chambers and Pepe. And as we've already mentioned, squad rotation in full force because of the number of games that we're playing in very quick succession, both in this competition and in the league. I'm not quite sure why Ceballos actually is. He's tired. I can only assume. Who would we place there if Ceballos wasn't in that position? Let's have a quick look. Can we try and remember how to do this now? Right, Partey, Kirjan. No, that's the problem. Partey is probably even more tired. Diggity, diggity, diggity. Ceballos. Well, we're going to leave him on, but I think I don't think he's going to last. Well, he definitely won't last. Look at how he's. Yeah, he's fatigued, so we're not going to see the game out. That's for sure. He's not fully fit. May struggle to see the match out. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring Caitlin Kirjan on for. He's He's not good as a Mazzala. He's not good as anything, to be fair. That could be our downfall. What about Joby McAnuff? Why can't I see what is going on here? Have I just frozen? Right, just going to pause a second. So, having unfrozen it, we have put Ceballos back into the team. So, well, that's the team that we're going to go with. Oh, lots of red here. Lots of unhappy personnel. Apart from Elney, who's looking forward to a battle with Son. And this is the team that we are matching off against. Let's go to the dressing room and pump fists. Expect you to come back after the match as finalists. Are you at all concerned that such keenly anticipated fixture, especially amongst supporters, might negatively impact some of your players? They're ready for what everyone can throw at us. As leading scorers in Europa League, are you looking forward to another positive match in front of goal? I want to win first and foremost. And here we go. Well, as you'll see, they've lost their last 5 games. They've lost 4 and drawn. The only loss we've got is the game against Liverpool. So form-wise we have it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything, of course. And the game is underway. The good news is that it has held the structure here of the thing apart from this one. We got match stats on there twice, but never mind, we'll sort that out at some point. And a goal from Nikita. The good news is the other fix that SI have made is you can actually see the aggregate score now here at the top, which wasn't on there before. Well done to SI for picking these things up in the beta. Arsenal 1, Tottenham 0 is the scoreline. 25 minutes gone. And we have a 5-2 aggregate. Ceballos is tired now. And let's do it. Kolasinac, as possible, suffered bruised thigh, but should be able to nurse him through. McAnuff is on. And we are through to half time. A goal up, thankfully. Outstretched arms, happy how things are going. Keep it up, and we can start the second half. Harry Winks has come on for Mora. While I was worrying about the screen, we scored, of course. Right, Bellerin now with the defensive. Of course, having the away goal. I know they scored 2, so they do have a slight advantage if it comes down to it. Bellerin and Holding doing a fair bit of thing. That didn't go anywhere. And defensively, we are cut out by Gabriel there. Looking for Nikita. Didn't quite find him. Although Nikita did do quite a good job. And Gabriel again, who's having a good game. McAnuff now. Getting in the way of the goalkeeper, or the goalkeeper getting in the way of him. Elney to Edouard, Edouard to Nikita, Nikita out to Bellerin, who was doing the overlap, pushed it out for Bellerin again. Can Bellerin get a ball in? He can, and a header just over. Have a throw in now on the near side. Kolasinac into Saka, Saka to Willen, Willen to McAnuff, and McAnuff in off the post. He's taken full advantage of his opportunity in the team and puts us 6-2 up on aggregate. And I think that could well be job done. And we could well be through to the Europa League final. So, I think the only thing that is going to evade us this season could well be the the Premier League. We've won the... Oh, a wonderful goal from Edouard there. 7-2. It's definitely over now. Yes, the Premier League is the one that's going to evade us. We've obviously won the Carabao Cup. We're in the final of the FA Cup. And by the looks of this now, for sure, we are in the final of the Europa League. And it's high time we make some changes, because we've got lots on the bench. We can make 5 changes. And the other thing to bear in mind is okay, who was I trying to change? Gabriel for David Luiz. Willen is tired. Who's going to come on for him? Kerjan. And we'll leave it at that for the minute. We're 1, 2, 3, 4. We've still got one left to play with, which might come in handy. Oh, Edouard showing on here as being tired as well. Maybe we make that change as well. Elney and Bellerin now both tired as well. I can't change all of them. Who? Let's bring Pepe on for that. And confirm. Pepe's come on. And a 3-0 win. We've definitely done that, and we will stay for the draw if it's forthcoming. Congratulations, well done everybody. Well done on reaching the Europa League final. How does it feel? Anytime you get to play in the final, it's worth celebrating. I'm delighted. As a London lad, Bakasaka is no stranger to rivalry. Tottenham, how important do you... there we go. So let's... Yeah, first leg triumph. We were 2.19 million for that. Kolznak is injured and he's out for 3 to 4 days. And we can rest him against... We will play Feyenoord in the final. Now that is a turn up for the books. So Feyenoord obviously overturned their... We're playing in Poland, I know that much. Gabriel's looking jaded. Is everybody looking jaded? Bellerin there had a good game. Now let's see if we can get right. Send our assistant to do the post-match. And we've got Crystal Palace coming up in the league. And they're coming thick and fast. We don't get a draw. I'm looking for a draw, but we don't get a draw, do we? Right, so let's have a look then. We've got the final here. What I'm after seeing, and I don't know that we've seen it. Let's go back to the semi-finals. Here we go. Dortmund, so they beat Dortmund 3-1, which meant that it was 3-3 on aggregate. Oh no, sorry, 3-2. So Dortmund must have won the first leg by 1-0. Hang on a minute. Let's see. Yeah. Yes, so Dortmund won the first leg 1-0. Ended up 3-2 on aggregate to Feyenoord. So they overturned that. Well done to Feyenoord. So we play Feyenoord in the final. That's going to be a bit of a daunting task, but I'm sure we will rise to the occasion. The one thing I didn't do, so we will quickly go back to the in-game screen very quickly, and then we will come back to that, is have a look at what we're going to be doing with regards to games. So the Europa League final is at the end of the season, so that's fine, that's out of the way. I think probably what we'll be doing now is playing these games. There will be a bonus episode which will be the FA Cup final against Norwich, and then we will come back for the Europa League final, and possibly a Premier League game. I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to work that, but it could well be. Play these games, you'll have the FA Cup final as a bonus, and then you may well have, depending on how we do with those, Premier League games in the next episode, and then a bonus episode for the Europa League final, or the Europa League final will be the next episode. We'll work it out from there anyway. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and keep up to date with all future episodes. And of course, new series coming out very, very shortly. New episodes currently released every Tuesday and Thursday, but we think we're going Saturday as well at 4:15 p.m. So make sure you do subscribe so you know what's coming up. And why not follow me on Twitter, JustOffside2, for all the updates on this channel and more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.